Hey there, my name is Steve and I recently completed the 50K Ivory Rock Ultra Spartan race less than 48 hours ago. And in this video, I want to talk to you about everything that I did right, everything that I did wrong, the lessons that I learned the hard way so you don't have to. This video is going to be super casual. I'm just going to let the camera roll, talk about my experience while it is fresh in my mind, and refer to a few notes that I've made about the Ultra Spartan. So to give you some background info, I have a gym in North Lakes, Queensland. My background has been fitness for over the last 12 or 13 years, maybe even longer. The gym that we have is a hybrid style strength and cardio gym where we run group fitness classes. Plus, I personally do a little bit of extra CrossFit training on the side. Workouts that include like rope climbs, bar muscle ups, toes to bar. I love going out for hikes on weekends as well. We've got some local mountains that are near us. Mountain of Gun Gun, if you're in the Sunshine Coast, Queensland area, you might have heard of them. Some other events that I've done in the past as well. I have done the Beast Spartan, so 21 kilometers last year. This is the proof that I did do the Ultra Spartan over the weekend. I've done the 96 kilometer Gold Coast Kokoda Challenge as well. I've done that in 2023 and 2024. And even though I've got all of this experience, I've done a few hard challenges like the 21, like Kokoda, I still really struggled doing the Ultra Spartan race. It's hard. Prepare yourself. This is why I'm talking to you right now, so that you are mentally and physically prepared to the best of your ability so you can cross the finish line, even if it was crawling like me. I finished the Ultra Spartan in 10 hours and 30 minutes, which was longer than I was expecting or hoping. Not too much longer, but it was definitely painful. So like leading up to the event, 4 weeks before it, I did get sick, where 2 weeks I did zero training. There was a couple of days where I was still in bed, and it was only really a week and a half before the Spartan that I really started to get my energy levels back. But my training and motivation was impacted from getting sick. So that's a little bit of my excuse. So if you're leading up to Spartan, try to not get sick, okay? Do whatever you got to do to boost your immune system, or stay clear of big crowds where there's lots of people where the chances of you getting sick are much higher. So don't get sick. That's one of my first tips. And train consistently leading up to it. You want to accumulate as much time on your legs as you can, because my legs got super jacked up in the second half of the race, where I pretty much walked the last 21 kilometers. So making sure that you've got a good training plan, you're progressively working towards more and more kilometers underneath your legs, and really like elevation as well as some strength training. If you really want to give the obstacles a good crack and get through them, of course, you can take the L on the obstacles and do your penalty laps or do your burpees. But I think it's a good, that's why you're there. You're not just there for a trail run, you're there to give the obstacles a good go. So making sure that you're doing some strength training, you're practicing pull-ups, your grip strength, all that, deadlifts. That was something that I saw a lot of people struggle with a tire flip, and I actually helped 3 people out. They couldn't get the tire to like their knees. So while the referee wasn't looking, or the referee would give me a thumbs up, it'd be like, hey, can I help this guy out a little bit? I'd give it a bit of a boost up, and then they could push it over. But as well as being physically prepared, be mentally prepared. Be mentally prepared. And the more mentally prepared you are, the more physically prepared you are, the more confidence that you'll have going into this event. And the more confidence you have, you'll probably be able to sleep easier the night before. If I was going to bed, I think the problem was I was too confident. If I was going to bed the night before, stressing about, oh my God, tomorrow I'm doing a 50K Ultra Spartan race and I haven't done any training, I would be up all night thinking about it. Where if you can go to bed thinking, I've got this, I've done the work, I've done the training, tomorrow I just have to show up, you're going to give yourself the best chance at possible of having a good night's sleep. Even though you'll probably still have the pre-race nerves going to bed. Like I did, I woke up early just thinking about it. Even though I wasn't putting too much pressure on myself, I was just wanting to finish, I still had those nerves. But if I didn't train at all, I'm sure I would have a lot more nerves and jitters and a lot more restless sleep. Race prep tips. This is where I did an okay job at some parts, but I could have done better. Just in general, being organized, making sure that you've got all the mandatory gear that Spartan tells you to bring. And this is where I didn't pay close attention, because the morning of, when they're doing bag checks, they'll check your bag to make sure that you've got an emergency blanket, a red light because you could be finishing at night, batteries, a head torch. If you haven't got the mandatory items, they won't let you race. And 10 minutes before the race is starting, I'm running around saying, hey, you wouldn't happen to have a spare red light, would you? And fortunately, there is kind people there, but you don't want to rely on that. You don't want to be stressing out 5 minutes before the race, running around asking people for last minute things. So make sure you're not scrambling for those mandatory items. And pack your bag the night before. Make sure that you've got your halfway bag with all of your food, change of socks, change of bladder. I'll speak about the bladder a little bit later. But make sure you've got that bag prepared, and then you've also got your backpack prepared as well, and all of the items that you think that you'll need for the first half until you get to that checkpoint already in that bag. So when you wake up, you can just grab the minimal amount of things, head out the door, drive down there, or wake up from your campsite and just go to the start line. You don't want to be stressing out at 3 o'clock in the morning, grabbing those last minute things. With food and fuel, because this is going to be a big part, it took me 10 and a half hours to complete. So I was out there for a lot of the day, and staying on top of your food and nutrition, I know is very important, because from previous experiences with the Kokoda challenge, I know that if you let your food or your energy drop too low, sometimes it's hard to bring it back up. So you want to be staying ahead of yourself with your energy levels. So maybe even if you aren't really feeling too hungry and your alarm goes off to eat, just eat it, because you'll be grateful in 10 minutes time when it just hits you. And don't eat anything out of the normal on race day. The foods that you've been having leading up to the event, have those on race day. And if you know that on race day that you'll probably have some energy gels or energy chews, bars like that, try to include it into your nutrition in some of your training sessions leading up to it. So if you're doing hikes on the weekend, pack a couple gels and just get used to it. So that's a few of my tips with nutrition, is try to get used to the foods and don't have anything out of the normal. I like to keep my foods pretty minimal, so I didn't have like a huge, great variety. I literally had 2 different flavors of gels, pancakes, and what did I have? Pancakes and Cliff Bars. I also did have like sesame seed snaps. I wanted to keep my food very calorie dense, so it wasn't like I was heaving around a big bag of oranges on my back that was weighing me down. I wanted to keep it very calorie dense and very light, so the amount of calories that I was eating wasn't taking up too much weight on my back. And make sure that you're bringing salt tablets and electrolytes as well. Even though I felt like I was staying on top of my salts, my calves were cramping really bad. And once you get that bad cramp in there, they were sore for the rest of the race. So make sure that you're staying on top of your salts as well. You can't really overdo it with your salts as long as you're drinking enough water, but you can definitely underdo it. So I had salt tablets, which of course I didn't bring with me on the first lap around. I had them in my halfway backpack or in my halfway bag once I got to the event center. And then I grabbed some then. I had electrolyte mixes in a little flask, but still, even though I thought I was having enough salt, I was still cramping. So make sure you got some salt supplements. You can get cheap, just 100 milligram salt tablets from like a Chemist Warehouse or whatever pharmacy that you near, or you can get like chews as well. Or you can just literally get Celtic salt and make sure that you're putting it in your water and then maybe adding some flavoring in there. But yeah, that is a couple lessons that I learned. My calves started cramping at the 25 kilometer mark. And then after that, the obstacles were so painful. There was this obstacle that was like a possum climb where they had a rope attached to 2 shipping containers. You had to hang off the rope. And I was hanging off this rope and both my calves were cramping. And I know if I dropped down, it was 30 burpees and I was not wanting to do 30 burpees. So I hung there for a second. I thought, let's wait and see if these cramps go away, and they never did. So I just had to keep pushing. And then one of the obstacles after that, there was a tower, I can't remember, it was like Tower of Terror or something like that, where you had to climb up a vertical wall, climb backwards, and then it went on a slant wall. I was hanging off this slant wall with both my calves just cramping again, and the cramp never went away. So I had to just push through the cramp, pull myself up, and just deal with it. But once I got bad calf cramps, for the rest of the race, my calves just felt tight and sore, which really slowed me down. So calf conditioning, make sure you're strengthening your calves, make sure you're staying on top of your salts and your water as well. What not to do. Learn this lesson from me. Don't be dumb, don't be an idiot. So with the 50K Ultra, it was a 10K just straight run, and then you did the 21 kilometer course twice. The first obstacle on the 21 kilometer course was a barbed wire fence where you crawled underneath. I thought, okay, well, I'll have more room if I take my backpack off, and I'll be able to crawl on it, and I won't have to worry about my backpack getting scratched up by the barbed wire. Took my backpack off, threw it 10 meters. I said to my mate, I probably just broke my backpack. Got to the end, and of course, my whole bag was saturated, my AirPods were wet, my magnetic battery case for my phone was wet, it's broken now, and my bladder had busted open. So that was 1 kilometer into the 21 kilometer loop. So for the rest of the 20 Ks, I had a 500 ml flask. Luckily, there were a decent amount of hydration stations and taps and stuff that I could fill up, but I know that I was conservative with my water because I knew that I only had a 500 ml flask to go off of. And that's probably another reason why my calves started cramping so bad, was I was probably restricting the amount of water that I should have been eating. So just don't do anything dumb and stupid like that. I could have just taken my backpack off, walked it up there, taken an extra 10 seconds, walked back, but I didn't do that. So learn that lesson from me. I walked the first 2 kilometers, and we weren't too stressed about seeing everyone else run, just to warm ourselves up. And then after we felt like we were pretty warm, we ran some of the flats and we ran most of the downhills. This is in the first 21 Ks. But just stick to your pace that you know. Don't let your ego get a hold of you. Don't get caught up with everyone else that is around you. You should know your limits with this race. The longer that you take, of course, it's going to fatigue your legs more. You're going to accumulate more steps under your legs, so don't be afraid to run as well. And of course, like if you can run, you'll finish it quicker. And if you finish it quicker, then you won't be out there as long. And the longer you're out there, the more fatigue you'll accumulate. The mental fatigue, because you'll start to see the sun go down and then you'll start to panic and think, oh, like, what am I doing out here? This is ridiculous. More negative thoughts get in your head. So try to find that balance of pushing yourself, but not completely ruining yourself. I finished probably 30 minutes before it did go dark. So I finished during sunset. If I had have finished another 30 minutes later at 5:30, then I would have needed my headlamp. And it would, depending on where you are doing the race as well, it would get cold at that time of night, and depending on what time of the year. So yeah, try, pace yourself, but do try to finish as quick as you can, because you don't want to get mentally taxing on you as well. So yeah, final thoughts about the 50K Ultra Spartan race is don't underestimate it like I did. Even though I feel like I am pretty experienced, I still really struggled with it. But I don't want that to deter you from doing it, because if you can just keep putting one foot in front of the other and you are smart about it, you can get through anything. Proper fueling, make sure that you're doing a little bit of research with the amount of food that you're eating. If you have to set an alarm on your watch or your phone for every 30 minutes to get in some food to remind you, then do that. I was aiming for roughly at least 150 calories every 30 minutes. The gels that I had as well had 20 milligrams of caffeine, the goo gels, and that was just like a little bit of an energy pick-me-up as well. If you do get like in a bad headspace, try to link up with someone. I started the race with one of my mates. We did the first 15 Ks together, and then I think my ego started to get ahead of myself, and I went ahead of him, and then, which was fine. I was handling the first lap fine, and then at the end I was like really struggling, and with maybe 15 Ks to go, he was probably like 40-50 minutes behind me at one stage, and then with 15 Ks to go, my pace was slowing down and his was steady. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Jaden, come here, let's walk the rest. Because if you're out there by yourself, you'll start to get these negative thoughts. Oh my God, what am I doing? I just want to stop. I just want to quit. This is ridiculous. And if you can link up with someone that is walking at a pace or jogging at a pace, everyone out there is pretty friendly, and I think they would like the company as well. So if you're struggling mentally, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and say, hey, it's all right if I walk the rest of this with you. But yeah, that is my experience of the Spartan race. Whether you finish or not, I think committing yourself in the first place and giving yourself a goal and a training plan to work up towards, it is something to be really proud of. So yeah, even if you don't finish, be proud of putting yourself out there, but just try to put one foot in front of the other and finish your race. And yeah, of course, if this helped you and you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could like the video, share it with a friend that is doing a Spartan race or an obstacle race, and go get after it. I'll pop all my contact details in the comments below. Give me a follow on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, and let's connect. And keep smashing out these races and setting goals and climbing one mountain and then looking for the next one to climb. Peace.